Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mark Bruce with Fit Strength Performance, and today I'm going to go through a series of movements to loosen up tight areas, improve overall mobility. This is something that I do on Sundays or my day off just to prepare for the week to come, for the weight room, and also just moving successfully throughout the day. All right, so the areas I'm going to target today are going to be my lats, my quads, my hips, as well as my ankles. So I'm first going to start doing some soft tissue work with a foam roller, and I'm also going to use a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball. So starting on my lats, something I notice people do wrong when they're doing some deep tissue work is they go too fast. So trying to break up that tight tissue, I'm going to go nice and slow with the area that's tight. Remember, your lat is going to go all the way down, right to here, almost by that tailbone, and hook over by your obliques, your serratus anterior. So if you have tight lats, even tight shoulders, focusing on all those tissue, focusing on the entire lat can improve movement laterally, flexion forward, backwards, even overhead. So even working with some tight lats and shoulder mobility, I'm really going to try to get my bicep by my ear as I loosen up. And I like to go rotate in, rotate out. And again, focusing on the breath. All right, so after working with the lats, and that could be anywhere from 90 seconds to 3 minutes, especially on a day like today where it's a recovery day, it's working on some movement, I'm going to get my quads. Remember, your quads have 4 muscles, your quadriceps, you have your vastus medialis, your vastus lateralis, your rectus femoris, and your vastus intermedius. So we're going to work on all 4 of those areas. So from here, I like to tell people, we're going to look at a clock. So for my left leg, I go 12, 11, 10, and this is going to work on that VMO. And again, same thing, go nice and slow, all the way up to your adductor, the gracilis area, nice and slow, and find somewhere that's tight. And then once I get through that VMO and finding the rectus femoris as well as vastus intermedius, I'm going to bend my knee, again, nice and slow. And again, this side isn't as tight for me right now, so I'm not gonna spend a crazy amount of time. Working on that soft tissue. I'm gonna get a lacrosse ball in here. I'm gonna focus on 2 areas. I'm gonna work with my rectus femoris. I'm sorry, not my rectus femoris, my glute medius, my piriformis, as well as my TFL. And here, if this really hurts, if this is like a 10, you're not going to spend time doing this with a lacrosse ball. Do some mobility, because a 10 pain doing this could lead to, inflammation of that area, causing more harm. But if it's like a 5, 6, 7, I'd say go for it. I'm going to find the tight area. I'm going to get lower, start to work my way to the piriformis. This is a little tight. And you notice I'm on my forearm because I don't want to put all of my weight on the lacrosse ball. I'm going to try to disperse it. And now I'm going to find my TFL, which I tell people, find your pelvis bone and then slightly to the inside, or I'm sorry, the outside. And then you're just going to lay and wiggle around, find somewhere that's tight. And most people find it pretty quickly. Right there. You can focus on your breath. Good. All right, so next I'm going to get some calf. I got really tight calves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foam roller. I'm going to put my foot up as high as I can. If you have something to pull, well, I want you to pull your knee as close to the toe or a wall as possible. without bending. And you're really gonna feel the stretch right up on that calf. And I like to hold it, 10 seconds, because again, I'm gonna become more active. And then I like to push forward 10 times. And I'm gonna try to do that 3 times. So 10-second hold, trying to get a little deeper stretch. So that means my knee, trying to get closer to my toe. And then I'm gonna pump 10 times, trying to get further than what I was before in the static position. And again, it's important to be mobile when you do this, because that's what you do in life. You're moving in life. The goal is not to be static for a long time. And same thing. And hopefully, because I can feel it loosening up, hopefully this is going to give me a little better ankle dorsal flexion stretch. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on my right leg. A plate tree to support the resistance band. I'm lucky enough to have a resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band or an anchor point, that's okay. You can still do this movement. I like to elevate my foot, treating it like a front foot elevated split squat. But again, this is going to help with my ankle dorsal flexion. As you saw, I did a calf stretch, and I do have really tight calves, so that's going to play a role in how well I can get a good dorsiflexion. But also, I do have a bit of a joint restriction at the talus area. So this is going to help free up or take out that joint restriction, and also free up some more ankle movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the band, and I'm going to place it, right where that talus bone is. And I'm going to put it on top of that elevated surface, and I'm going to lean forward. Okay, trying to put a lot of weight. Again, like I said, I'm going to hold this for like 10 seconds. And after 10, I'm going to rock forward. And I'm someone who's had, I've had quad tendonitis, tendinopathy, patella tendonitis, and/or tendinopathy. So a lot of my issues derive from bad ankle dorsiflexion.